Here we have an example of graphing a log function and picking the right multiple choice graph down there. Okay, so how do we do it? So let's remember that generally y equals log base b of x plus a. The opposite of what's next to x, opposite, negative a, is the vertical asymptote. So that's a really important thing to realize. The opposite of what's next to x, negative a, is the vertical asymptote. Why? Why? Because if you plug in negative a for x, you're going to make the inside 0. That'll become log base b of 0. And you can try that in your calculator. It's an error. You can't have 0 inside of the log. It's an error because that's where the vertical asymptote is. So that's the first thing to realize. So we look right here and we go, oh, plus 2. So that means x negative 2 will make the inside 0. That's where our vertical asymptote is at x negative 2. Negative 2. So that means right here. Negative 2 right here. Negative 2 right here. Negative 2 right here. Negative 2. So which of those graphs are following negative 2 as a vertical asymptote guideline? These two, right? It's not this one and it's not this one. They're not following x equals negative 2 as a vertical asymptote guideline. So that's the first thing to realize. Whatever makes the inside of a log 0, you can't have that. That's an error because that's where the vertical asymptote is. So it's the opposite of the number next to x. So x is negative 2 is the vertical asymptote. So we're down to 2 options already. Now, getting it down from here is going to be a little more work. So let's let me go right here and make an XY chart. And I'll go, what if I put in 0 for x, and this will be y equals log base 4 of 0 plus 2. I'm just plugging in. It's going to start plugging in points. So what is that? That's log base 4 of 2. How do you figure that out? You turn it into 2 logs. Have you seen this before? The base goes to the bottom. So the base to the bottom, 2 logs. So you make it. So here, let me write it up here. It's an important rule we'll use again and again and again and again. Log base b of whatever w is log w over log b. The base has to go to the bottom. We make it 2 logs. That's how we figure them out in our calculator. Why? Because you don't have a log base 4 button on your calculator. So you have to turn it into these 2 logs. So hit the buttons on your calculator. I'm going to do it too. I'm getting log 2 divided by log 4. I'm getting 0.5. So over 0 up 0.5. So let me try this one. Over 0 up 0.5. Perfect. Over 0 up 0.5. It goes right through that point. This one misses it. Over 0 up 0.5. No. This is the yes. This one hits it perfect. So we know what our answer is. It has the right vertical asymptote and it contains the point over 0 up 0.5. If that point hadn't worked, we would try more points until we get some point that one graph has and the other graph doesn't.